Yes guys, it's your boy Cam, CTB, Cam Talks Boxing, back with another video. Devin Haney next week will be fighting and defending his undisputed lightweight titles against VASYL Lomachenko, the Matrix, one of the best pound for pound fighters of this generation. And you saw it in the thumbnail. Is Devin Haney the real deal? Let's discuss. Yes guys, let's go straight into it. Devin the Dream Haney, he's 24 years of age, undefeated. He's undisputed champion at lightweight at the age of 23. He went over to Australia, beat George Kambosos in his backyard on 2 occasions. And I feel for Devin Haney. The reason I'm doing this video is there's always been that question mark around Devin Haney. Look, there's no doubting or denying that he's a special talent, one of the most talented boxers in the world. He's got the hype behind him. He's so gifted. He's been trained by Mayweather in the past. He has that swag about him. He's a masterful boxer. But I think a lot of people have... There's a lot of questions. There's always been that but behind him, or there's been something about him that's kind of pulling him back in terms of being that #1 top dog. Because first he had the WBC belt, he won that. Obviously people call him email champ, but he won that because I believe he was elevated, or he won it on a vacant. But he always had that kind of label to his name, his email champ or his paper champ. He's not really the champ. That was Teofimo at the time, and he's always had to deal with the critics. Now he's become undisputed, and he beat George Kambosos twice in his backyard. And the thing is, look, people are saying, oh, it's the easiest run to undisputed, and I do agree with that. It was, and Devin Haney's resume isn't fantastic by any means, but it's just the fact that at the time, me included, we wasn't sure who was going to win, George Kambosos or Devin Haney. Why? Because it depends how good George Kambosos is. We need to see for the rest of his career how good he is. He probably is a top 10 lightweight. Will he give the other lightweights any trouble? We'll have to find out. But at the time, a lot of people were saying it wasn't Haney, as far as I'm aware and can remember. It wasn't definitely nailed on that Haney was going to win. It was obviously the fact that it was in Australia. It was different factors. Haney could have been nervous. He could have got robbed. And Kambosos is tough. Look, he has a chin. He went for a war against one of the most hyped, one of the most dangerous fighters in the world at the time, Teofimo Lopez, who was in the pound for pound top 10, and he just beat Lomachenko. So look, Kambosos was Devin Haney did what he had to do, but he still has that kind of criticism towards him where he's undisputed, but who has he fought? Hence he's not in a lot of people's top 10 pound for pound list. That's my question to you guys. Is he in your top 10 pound for pound list? I think a lot of you will say no, but if he beats Lomachenko, then will he be in the top 10 pound for pound list? For me, 100%. VASYL Lomachenko is still in some people's, I think is in the ESPN top 10 pound for pound. I think for me, if Devin Haney beats Lomachenko, he's around 5 to 10 to me. He's in that 5 to 10 bracket, you know, and he's probably turning 25 this year, so he's so young. He's so young. People forgetting that. But is Devin Haney the real deal? Look, it's still on paper. Look, he looks special. He's such a hard fighter to beat, but people don't think he's #1 in the division. Yes, he's #1. Yes, he's the top dog because he's undisputed. But people think Tank's the top dog, and they've always thought that. They think Tank will beat Devin. Well, a lot of people do think that, but then that's a great fight as well. It's a shame that Devin will most likely move up to 140 pounds, regardless of if he wins or loses, because he's just too big now. Look, he's looking absolutely shredded at the moment. He's looking quite filled out, and it's just the fact that like I think it's because I think a lot of people don't like the fact that he doesn't have much power, so he's not really a knockout artist like Tank. And obviously Devin Haney has been rocked against Linares, and people think that's one of his weaknesses. But I think with that fight, I think he left himself vulnerable because he was going for the knockout. I think now, as he goes up in opposition, I think he's going to take less risk, and he's just so hard to fight against. Look, you could argue that he is quite simple, but his fundamentals are great. Look, his jab is beautiful. He uses his range. He's got a nice 1-2. He's got a decent snap behind that right hand. He has great head movement. He's got good footwork. You know. So where are the? I'll put it like this. Where are the question marks with Devin Haney? The question marks are: can he fight on the inside? Can he take the power of Lomachenko? Or obviously that's the next fight, but like someone like Tank, for example. So the chin could be still a question mark. Can he fight? Yeah, can he fight on the inside? We haven't seen that. Can he fight dirty? How does he have that dog in him? Does he have the dog in him? Like Lomachenko, look, he's a skilled fighter. He's 35, but it doesn't matter. He's only 35. He's hungry. He wants to be undisputed champion. He's got the ring rust off him now with that fight he had against Ortiz, and Lomachenko is no joke. Lomachenko can fight on the inside. He can pressure you. He's got power. He gets stronger in the last second half of the fight, and that's where the question mark is in this fight. Will Haney be able to? Because I've got a feeling Lomachenko is going to try and stop Haney late, because I feel like Haney will have a lead in this fight that's coming up. So I think they're the question marks, and we've got to wait and see. But as of now, look, is Haney the real deal? You've got to say he is, because look, he's dealt with everyone who's been put in front of him. He's an undisputed champion. He was undisputed champion at 23. He is undefeated. He's taken risks, and one thing I have to give him credit for, look, he moved to top rank for legacy. He's definitely a legacy fighter. He definitely cares about legacy. And look, a lot of people didn't think he was going to take this Lomachenko fight. He's taken it, and to be fair to him, at the time when he had the WBC belt, I do think he did want Lomachenko. He did want to fight him, but obviously Lomachenko took the Teofimo Lopez fight for undisputed. So forget the politics then. But look, let me know what you think, guys. Is Devin Haney the real deal? I think at the moment he's just outside my top 10 pound for pound, but you could squeeze him in at 9 or 10. But yeah, I think, look, if he beats Lomachenko, you can't. And the thing is, it's not only if he beats him. If he beats him decisively, then you've got to give him credit, because no one's beaten Lomachenko decisively. Teofimo Lopez beat him, but it was close. Salido beat him, but it was close. You could argue, it could have went either way. So for Haney to do that would be a statement, and it's just a star in the making if he's not already a star. So guys, let me know what you think. Is Devin Haney the real deal? Is he in your top 10 pound for pound list? And do you think he gets far too much criticism? Let me know, guys, but I'll be back with another video.
Talking numbers on the phone while I'm getting brains. Switch 4 lanes, I'm in my own lane. You can catch me riding.